Marami. Dahil sa investment.
Issue ng Bayan. Issue ng Bayan. Kasama sina Liza Soriano at Ricky Brozas. Makialam at pag-usapan natin ang mga issue ng Bayan. Tuwing linggo mula alas 8 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga dito sa Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. Inihahandog ng Team Kabuhayan at Radyo Inquirer 990 AM ang programang magbibigay sa inyo ng inspirasyon, sagana at hitik sa impormasyong pampinansyal, paunlarin ng kabuhayan, trabaho at negosyo. Pera at Kabuhayan. Pera at Kabuhayan. Pag-usapan natin kasama sina Attorney Ed Dural, Jerome Fadriquela, Ricky Brozas at Miss Liza Soriano dito sa Pera at Kabuhayan. Tuwing linggo, alas 7 hanggang alas 8 ng umaga dito lang sa Radyo Inquirer 990 AM.
It's a rich man's world.
Ang programang hatid ay tulong at pag-asa.
Huwag na kayo masyado mag-aalala at nandito na po sa kaalaman niya ng Bantay OCW, tutulungan po namin kayo.
Tumpak na impormasyon sa mga usaping pag-abroad.
Sa bahagi naman po ng ahensya, kung hindi sila tutugon dito sa mga pananagutan nila, uobligahin pa rin sila ng ating POEA.
Naglilingkod sa mga OFW at kanilang mga kamag-anak saan man sa mundo.
Kahit umuwi na po kayo ng Nueva Ecija ngayon, itatawag po namin sa inyo kaagad yung magiging usapan sa ating Philippine Embassy sa Bahrain at nang masaklolohan po itong inyong pamangkin.
KBP at Gawad Tanglao, Best Public Service Program at Hall of Fame awardee ng Catholic Mass Media sa Radyo Pilipinas. Online, Bantay OCW with Susan K. Alas 10:30 hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali, Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Pilipinas. Online, Bantay OCW with Susan K. Dito sa Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. Ito po ang Trans Radio Broadcasting Corporation, Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. Kasapi ng KBP. Naglilingkod, nagbabalita, may paninindigan. Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. With branches all over the Philippines, Hotel Sogo is the hotel chain of choice for travelers and balikbayans. Affordable, safe, and complete with amenities, unlike other provincial hotels. Now you have somewhere comfortable to stay anywhere in Metro Manila or even when you visit your favorite province. Para sa may init na balita, Victory in Governance and Technology through Information Network. VGATIN. Para sa mga napapanahong usapan, Victory in Governance and Technology through Information Network. VGATIN. Makinig at makisalo sa programang Siksik sa Impormasyon at Bigatin sa Kaalaman. Kasama ang inyong mga kabarkada na sina Den Macaranas, Arnie Barcelo, Angel Bonifacio at Ellison Barcelo. VGATIN Radio. Sa Bigatin, bigatin ka talaga!
Vigas sa Radio Inquirer 990 AM.
Glitter all over the room. Pink flamingos in the pool. I smell like a minibar. DJ's passed out in the yard. Bobby's on the barbecue. This a hickey or ruse. Pictures of last night ended up online. I'm screwed.
10-12, welcome po sa Vigatin sa Radyo Inquirer 990 AM, August 16, 2014. Buhay na naman tayong lahat. Eto na naman. Good morning, ako po si Dan Macaranas.
Good morning, ako naman po si Arnie Barcelo.
Ay, nakadilaw.
Ayun. Yes. The media tourism star.
Yes.
Good morning po sa nag-nominate sa akin.
Number 1 ka sa picture.
I-claim na natin yan.
Oo, i-claim natin yan.
Kasabayan lang naman si Miss Chris Aquino.
Wow.
Siyempre, hindi na natin iboboto yun. Si Ellison Barcelo naman ang boboto natin. Iba naman ang call.
Yan. Samahan nunin nyo kami. Hanggang oras ba tayo? Alas 12. Oh. Dito sa Bigatin. Pwede kayo mag-text later on. Marami tayong pag-uusapan. 0939-899-3033. Pwede rin kayo tumawag 519-1875, 519-1876. Sa mga nanonood po worldwide, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, kung anong oras man sa inyo. Sa www.ustream.tv/channel/DZIQ. Ma'am Arnie, welcome back.
Oo nga
Miss ka namin.
Oo nga, pero pagpasok ko pa lang, masaya na agad.
Yes.
Nung Saturday may ginawa lang ako. Pero inabangan ko yung program natin. So,
Kukulit ng bisita namin.
oo. Pero big time sila ha.
Yes.
Bigatin. Bakit ganun din? Pag ang mga
Yeah.
guests natin sa bigatin, laging bigatin. Ganun ba talaga? Anyway, so we have here vloggers.
Vloggers.
Yeah.
Pakilala ho natin isa-isa.
Sige. Pero may guest co-host tayo.
Yes.
Guest co-anchor.
Pamilyar. Oh.
Yes. What's up, Pilipinas?
What's up?
What's up? What's up, Pilipinas?
Yeah. Ika, di ka nagpakilala.
Ako po si Ross Del Rosario ng What's Up Pilipinas.
Yeah.
Ang pambansang vlogger ng Pilipinas.
Very good title.
Lumaki boses eh.
Lumaki na ba boses ko?
Nagkaroon ng microphone.
Sige.
Okay, sige.
Okay.
Pakilala mo na.
Ayan.
Magandang umaga po
Binigyan
sa
tuloy ng
lahat.
trabaho si Ro. Sige, ikaw magpakilala.
Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Ngayon pong umaga ay meron tayong mga guests.
Yeah.
Mga special guests. Bukod sa mga vloggers, meron po tayong mga guests from the restaurant business, mga marketing, and a chef from a popular German restaurant. Kakain ko lang siguro a few days ago.
Sige, mang-inggit ka.
Ganon din sa isang restaurant marketing manager na maraming hinahandle ng mga restaurants. Actually, 5 na nga eh. 5 na hawak niya. So, isa lang may-ari nung lahat ng 5 tong restaurant. So, unahin po natin yung sa German restaurant, German bar and restaurant. Ang pangalan po niya is Chef Ivan Maminta, the culinary director of Brotzeit. How do you pronounce it? Brotzeit?
Broadside.
Broadside.
Just broadside, yes.
Yes, good morning po, Chef Ivan.
Morning.
Hi, Chef.
Magandang umaga sa lahat. Yeah.
Oh, ganda ng boses ni Chef.
Nga. Pan DJ. So, mag-introduce pa si Chef ng something about himself.
Paano umpisahan yan? The restaurant, ang pangalan Broadside, is actually ang literal translation, ibig sabihin bread time. Yung kumbaga sinasabi ng mga Germans, broadside is the same if when we want people to eat, we say kain na. Same thing with the Germans. Yun ang sinasabi, broadside. Broadside. So, but literally meaning the bread time.
Yeah.
I worked in Switzerland and in Europe for a few years, and then the Broadside restaurant, and based in Singapore, thought I would be a good fit for Broadside Philippines. So yun.
So ito po yung kauna-unahang Broadside sa Philippines, right?
As far as our plans are going, it's one of 3, the first of 3.
So there will be 2 additional branches soon.
Yes, soon.
And more
yes.
in the coming
2
years.
and more.
Highly confidential pa yan.
Yes.
Confidential pa. Okay. Babalikan po natin si Chef Ivan. Puntahan naman po natin si marketing manager ng ito po yung mga restaurants, napakarami. Number 1, the Old Spaghetti House, Swenson's, Grilla, the Shrimp Shack, and Potts Point Cafe.
Tara na.
So marami.
Ano pa hinihintay?
Mr. Ace Asaraga. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning sa inyo. Tsaka good morning sa mga nakikinig sa DZIQ. So, my name is Ace Asaraga. So, I handle those brands sa different restaurants. So, actually, under sa isang company lang. So, yung company owned by a family, which is the Guerrero family. So, yan. Sila, kasi mahilig sila kumain, tsaka mahilig, mga din sila, culinary, din sila, people. So, they explore different restaurants, then they go to different, countries, then explore, then they adapt, then they, come up a restaurant here na same from that country.
Yes.
Galing mong marketing manager.
Dami.
Among the 5 po, Chef tuloy. Ace. Which one is the oldest or the longest na?
The old.
Not the Old Spaghetti House?
The Grilla. Yung Grilla namin, mga 16 years na. Doon nag-start lahat.
And the new...
Then next is the Old Spaghetti House.
And the newest is?
The newest is the Potts Point Cafe. It's our organic restaurant in Eastwood Mall.
Yes.
Okay. Ayan, salamat po Sir Ace. Balikan po natin siya mamaya later on. Pakilala naman po natin ang mga vloggers, ang mga guest vloggers natin for today. Unahin po natin si isang food and lifestyle vlogger. Ang vlog po niya is the skychick.com. So, Miss Aika Bunganay.
Hello listeners, good morning. This is Aika from theskycheck.com. Thank you for listening. So maraming foodie topics later. Stay tuned.
Yan. Maraming
Pwede ba? Pwede bang DJ?
Pwede.
Next on the list, we have a food, travel, and lifestyle, and also beauty blogger from photoescapetravels.blogspot.com. We have Miss Alice Mate. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Wala yata siyang mic.
Not working?
Hi, good morning guys. This is Alice and I hope you guys stay tuned para sa mga usapang foodie.
Yeah. Beauty and foods.
Ang topic po natin this morning, actually for the entire month, sa segment po ng i-vlog mo na yan, ay mga all about foodie vlogging.
Yeah.
Next on the list, we have another blogger from krishgeek.tumblr.com. She is a photography, food, fashion, and travel blogger as well. Let's welcome Miss Krisha Katapang.
Hello, good morning everybody. I just want to say hi to my friends who are listening right now and to my family, of course. And I hope you guys stay tuned because I'm really stoked at this moment. Yeah.
In-announce mo ba sa mga friends mo?
Yeah, I actually texted all of them last night.
So dapat nakikinig sila.
Even my families, yeah. Mandatory yan.
Okay. So balik po natin sa mga tunay na anchors talaga.
Ikaw naman. Pwede siya.
Adopted. Yeah.
Pinagtrabaho na natin. Okay.
Practice mo na.
Ma'am Arnie.
I-vlog mo na yan. I-vlog mo na yan. Let's start. So, ano ba tong... Okay ba ang foodie vlogging? Kasi di ba there are other types of vlogging. Kaso, ito yung mas nakikita kong nag-trending. Ang foods. Siyempre, masarap.
Tayo kumakain eh.
Oo nga.
Pambansang libangan.
Sige. Start tayo kay the Sky Chick. Someone, the Sky Chick.
Oo. Saka paano siya nag-start?
Paano ka nag-start dito?
Una kasi, nagbablog lang ako as a hobby, parang kumakain ako, tapos picturean ko, parang food for Instagram, and then I started writing
maraming
about
ganun.
it already. Tapos, kaya ko naman gusto yung food vlogging, kasi yung pictures, they're already photogenic in itself. Pag picture mo sila parang,
may makeup na agad, different colors. Yeah.
Tapos, parang, yun, in a way, we help promote the businesses na din, kasi when they see you take nice pictures of whatever you ate at the restaurant, tapos maganda yung pagkakuha mo, it's appetizing. Kasi that's how I see it din kapag nakakakita ako ng magagandang food vlogs. So, yun, kaya medyo naengganyo din ako na i-pursue yung food vlogging.
Pero during that time, passion mo lang and it's for free.
Talaga,
right?
it's for free. Hanggang naman, it's for free.
Ang vlogging.
I mean, yung una talaga, I do it lang as a personal vendetta, personal advocacy passion lang na. I go to restaurants, I eat, wherever I go, I make it a point na I take a picture of everything I eat. Minsan na nga nakakainis na siguro sa iba, pero wala lang, I don't care. I like taking pictures of my food and I like posting about it.
Okay. So ano yung lifestyle vlogging? So is it different from, or pinagsasama mo yan, food and lifestyle?
Kasi when you say lifestyle, parang
kasama
the things you do when you eat, it's a lifestyle.
Kasama na, yeah.
So parang it's a 2-in-1 vlog na rin. Vlog experience na rin kapag lumabas ka, you eat, you dine, you go to places. That's all lifestyle in general.
Oo nga naman.
Namimili ka ba ng resto or kung at random? Paano?
I don't. Namimili lang ako pag masyadong malayo at hindi kaya ng time ko napuntahan. That's how I choose. Pero I don't. Hindi naman ako choosy. I give them chances naman. Pero ako, I blog as much as possible. I try to make my blog as honest as possible for the readers.
Yun ang maganda. Kasi di ba pag mga fast food chain, di ba? Pag tinignan mo sa picture, lalaki. Pag binili mo, alit pala.
Sa tatanungin natin dyan si marketing
kung
manager.
ano ba yung nasa picture, yun yung sineserve, di ba? Mga ganun eh. Kasi sa vlog, yun na yun eh, di ba? Yung sinerve sa'yo yun eh, pinipicturean mo eh.
Okay, tignan natin, no? Baka magkakatalo ba ang ating si Si marketing manager with the blog.
Sir Ace. Yeah, no.
Si Ace. Okay. Sige.
Or yung mga nasa menu, diba? Ganda eh. Wag nasa picture eh. Yeah.
Ito naman si Alice kasi siya ay food blogger,
Oo.
pati travel and lifestyle. So,
Oo.
paano ka nag-start dito, Alice?
Well, kasi lumaki ako na traveler talaga kami na family ko. For business kasi yung mama ko, nagpupunta siya sa iba-ibang lugar.
Good.
Naghanap siya ng talent sa mga banda. So, sumasama ako. Kasama na sa pag-travel yung kain.
Okay.
Tapos, mom ko din kasi magaling magluto. So, minsan pag nagkumakain ako sa labas, kino-compare ko sa lutong bahay. Kung if they're much better than lutong bahay or they're just the same.
Okay, so how do you write? May kwento ba yung pagsusulat mo or depende na lang sa nararamdaman mo? So,
It also depends on, ako kasi I depend on the memories. Like, lalo na pag Filipino restaurants yung nire-review ko.
Yeah.
If it triggers me na naalala ko, ay, dati niluluto to ng dad ko sa akin.
Yeah.
Sige, i-share ko siya para may personal touch. Kasi most ng mga nagbabasa ng blog ko are from the US na Filipinos. So, they would also email me na, ano ba yan, nagugutom ako sa mga post mo, lalo na sa Instagram tsaka sa Facebook. Kaya ganun kami sa ganun ako sa blog ko.
Ayun. So, ayun nga. Ibabalikan ko lang si Sir Ace kanina. Di ba sa menu minsan ang ganda eh. Pero pagka
false
dating,
marketing?
Over-promising?
Hindi sa naman, sa ibang resto, siguro ganun. For us naman kasi, ako kasi, foodie din ako.
Yes.
Then photographer din. Then I post my shots sa Instagram. I don't have a blog pero I post a lot. So I explore different restaurant din. Then I take photos of my food. Pag for me naman kasi, sa marketing, gusto ko ano yung nakikita nila sa picture ay hindi nakikita nila sa resto.
Yes.
So, ako na rin nagtitake ng picture.
Wow.
So, ako na rin nag-aayos, pero sinasabi ko sa chef namin, lutuin nila yung paano nila serve sa resto. Then, konting ayos lang, so walang fake for us sa resto namin. So, ano yung pinicture namin ay hindi sinaserve namin.
So, what you see is what you get. Parang ganun.
I guess, siguro difference of mga fast food.
Oo.
Yeah.
Sa fast food, different eh. Sa mga restaurant talaga.
Hindi pwede yan.
Sa restaurant, ano talaga yung
yes.
Kasi, yung mga customers sa restaurant, different eh.
Of course, yeah.
Iba yun. Iba sila.
Then sa minamanage mong mga restaurants, iba-iba yung theme, no? Ano yung theme? Kasi yung Old Spaghetti House, gusto ko siya talaga, no? Napaka-cozy nung dating niya. So, yung iba naman, anong...
Sa Swenson's naman, this is ice cream parlor. So, it's Swenson's is from United States. So, we got the master franchise there. So, dinala namin dito. So, yung mga ice cream namin, so it's fresh, mga ganun food. Then, we have another one, is the Shrimp Shack. So, our bosses kasi went to Hawaii, then nakita ng mga food truck about shrimps, then mga scampi, then parang inspired sila, dinala nila dito, they come up the Shrimp Shack. So, more scampi foods, shrimp scampi. And other than, may mga chicken din kami, mga pot roast.
Okay. So, you use bloggers as your marketing?
Yes. Actually, kasi right now, kasi parang, social media is sobrang powerful eh. So, lahat nakahook na sa internet, especially Facebook, Instagram. So, lahat nandyan. So, yung mga tao, binibase lang nila yung decision, ano nakikita nila sa Facebook or sa internet or nababasa nila. So, sobrang malaking siya, for us, malaking plus for the marketing side na tulong na para ma-promote yung mga products namin. So, yun.
Ayun. Then, gusto kong tanungin si Chef.
Chef Ivan.
From kasi yung husband ko, my husband was born in Germany, Lübeck, Germany. So, yun siya. So, ano yung taste ng German food? Kasi medyo, yun ang hindi ko gaanong familiar. Although, lagi namin napag-uusapan, no? O, German francs. Ayan.
Taste of German food?
Oo. Anong unique doon? At kumusta na yung appreciation ng Pinoy sa German food?
Well, German food is essentially, isipin nyo, just a lot of potatoes, a lot of meat. Vegetables. This is a very cold country, kaya lang, so they're very hearty in their food. Ngayon, yung pag-acceptance ng Filipino sa pagkain ng German restaurants have been running in the Philippines for years na. German Club, recently the Schwarzwälder, and then suddenly everything started popping up with the other
Yes.
restaurants along the fort.
Mhm.
Broadside opened up featuring food that what we call modern Germany or new Germany, something na it still maintains the traditional recipes where we put in new ingredients, new flavors, new everything that will apply sa Filipino market.
Okay.
And thankfully naman for the past year and a half, the Filipinos have been very very accepting of our food because they think though the prices are not what you'd expect to be like a mainstream, the portions are huge. As in, people start...
So, pang Pinoy nga yun.
Pang Pinoy talaga. The portions are really huge. I mean, a lot of sharing is going on around, and the way the restaurant is set up is that it encourages people to come in groups, to talk, not to stare at their phones all day. They just talk to each other and enjoy the night, especially during the weekends. German food is something that we'd like to think that everybody celebrates with.
Yeah, actually, yes. Kasi yun ang kultura sa Germany, no? So, magkakasama yung community, no? Yung family, dining.
Saka may beer.
Yeah.
May beer, yes. Of course. The beer hindi mawawala yun. We serve Paulaner beer exclusively sa Broadside. But we do also serve wines and wine and spirits. Of course, the non-alcoholic beer, juices, coffees, and everything. But the food is actually the main focus there. The food really is the main focus. People come to Broadside primarily for the food. The beer comes along with it. Yes.
Yeah. So maintain, I mean yung tradition dun sa food preparation. Unlike yung iba, 'di ba, may mga ano eh.
Mabilis.
Hindi sa spaghetti pagka Pinoy, medyo tatamisan mo ng konti yan, ganun eh, 'di ba? Sa inyo hindi ho.
Yeah, no. We still maintain namin the real German flavors. Whenever nagde-develop kami ng mga recipes, we collaborate with other German chefs all over Asia before it gets approved. So the flavors are still true. Ina-adapt lang namin sa Filipino palate. Because we don't make a lot of things sweet. It's still German food because kung gusto niyo ng pagkain na German, you go to a German restaurant. If you can do it at home, sige, fine. That's good, right? But if you couldn't do it at home, you go to a place known for German food. And I'd like to say, I'm proud to say that Broadside is leading in that part.
Yep, pupunta kami dyan. Kasi yung aming family ay sa music naman. Alam ko ang Germany magagaling din sa music. So sa food, sasabayan nila yan ng orchestra or ng music. Actually, yes.
The music selection is okay. And in a few months' time, one of the biggest events of Germany will be coming also to Manila. So we're going to be, of course, celebrating Oktoberfest.
Galing.
Yeah.
Malapit na. Oros, ha?
They are one. Alam mo ba din ang German, they are one of the nicest people. Silang, akala lang natin, di ba, mga magsalita, pero hindi, ang babait nila.
Yes.
Ayun, sige. Ano pa? Ayun, eto sabi kanina, stylist. Meron palang vlogging na more na food styling, pwede daw siya. So,
sige nga, pagsamahin natin.
Yes, si Krisha.
Hello po, good morning.
Good morning. Paano ka nag-start dito? At paano mo, di ba nurse ka?
Yes.
Paano nangyari to?
Maraming factors kasi growing up eh. So, my mom, nung bata ko, she always bring me to her work. She works as a beauty consultant for Christian Dior and Clarins. So, yun, as young as possible, exposed na ako. Then, I grew up abroad, so that's another factor. Then, I was into photography. And malamang malaki akong bata, I'm a bit chubby. So, syempre, hindi ako pinababayaan ng parents ko when it comes to my, food needs. So, yun. So, parang I also like playing with my creativity as a person. So, pag nag-Instagram ako, kami ng friend ko, we always say, is this Instagram worthy? Pag nagpe-picture kami ng food. Kasi, di ba may mga certain angles na very common na. So, we try to make it look appetizing. Kahit Instagram, kahit phone lang gamit ko, we try to make nice angles as much as possible. Pero for me, it's for my Instagram lang, yung pag-food style ng konti. Pero I started more on photography.
Yeah.
Then, since super busy sa school, since nursing, so parang nag-stop din doon. Then, I try to engage myself into different fields. So, fashion, I like to buy clothes, and my friend's a blogger, so there's a lot of influence talaga. So, I'm just enjoying what life has to offer.
Alam mo, parang tao rin, di ba? Pag nagpa-picture, may magandang angulo. Ganun din pala yung food. Pag maganda yung angle, mas sumasarap.
Especially now, kasi on Instagram, yung mga peers ko, syempre, where's the nice place to eat? Like, let's go to Katipunan, let's go to the fort. So, lahat, we have, mag-ask, where's the nice place to eat shawarma? Kasi, from the Middle East ako. So, parang, kung yung parang kung ano yung crave namin, we want to try something different.
Magaling ang Middle East naman sa fashion. Alam mo, Kriza, bagay na bagay kang pumunta dun sa Broadside kasi yung food nila hindi ganong nagpapalaki. Tama ba?
It's so big na kailangan.
Pero yung kanyang mga, oo nga pala, yung distribution pala ng food, pero yung kanyang ingredients, hindi ganong nagpapalaki nung tama ba ako?
Makarbo ba? Parang gano'n.
Hindi kasi may beer. Pero ang beer din nagpapalaki. Hindi, less ang cholesterol ng...
Less ang cholesterol. For example, yung our
cholesterol.
star menu item, the crispy pork knuckles.
Yeah.
The crispy pork knuckles, when we started out Broadside dito sa Manila, when we opened up back in March, people were comparing it to crispy pata. Yeah. So they would order it, and then they would order soy sauce and vinegar and chili and garlic to eat with it, but hindi bagay eh. Yung pork knuckle namin is processed over a period of 3 days. And it's marinated in beer and steam baked and everything. The difference between yung pork knuckle namin and yung sa crispy pata is ours is broiled. So all the unnecessary fat falls out. That makes it crisp. So if you're gonna ask kung healthy yung food namin, up to an extent, yeah. Kasi we don't use a lot of fat. And the oil that we use for frying is olive oil or vegetable desaturated vegetable oil. So everything's relatively healthy. Relatively healthy. But if you're going to the restaurant worrying about your diet,
hindi kasi yung laki nga pala yung natin, no?
Malalaki mga servings, yes. So
si Rose madalas yata sa
si Kriza Bag, ka na pala all-in-one package na si Kriza.
I just like to blog anything under the sun. Pero nag-start for the blogging after grad kasi I had to focus sa school talaga.
May photographer na siya, stylist pa, and food blogger.
Siya na.
Oo. Punta ka ng Broadside. Ayan. Ross, ang mga... magtanong ka.
Ayan.
Ang dami mong dinala sa amin today.
Ganyan talaga mga vloggers. Almost every day, nasa events kami. Meron kami mga activities na iniikot. So, marami nakikilala. May mga question kasi akong prepare. So, tatanungin ko, unahin natin mga nasa restaurant business. So, si Chef tsaka si Ace. Chef Ivan and Ace.
Yes.
Question, totoo bang nagkakaubusan na ng manok? Hindi naman yung prime yung manok, di ba?
For us, wala namang problem eh. So, hindi naman yung main namin product. So, pero may mga chicken din kami. Part na menu, pero hindi yung main product. Like, so, spaghetti house, pasta kami. Then the other one, like the shrimp shack, shrimps naman.
So wala kayong problema sa manok. Kay Chef Ivan.
Gumagamit kami ng manok. This is the first time I heard na may food shortage.
Talaga?
only because kasi we take care of our suppliers. So our poultry suppliers, they try find ways and means to get me chicken.
So pareho kayong walang problema sa manok.
Nagulat ako na may ganun palang issue.
Another question sa inyong dalawa ulit. Gumagamit ba kayo ng mga instant na mga ingredients? For example, yung mga nasa sachet, yung mga nasa cans. Do you prepare those or you prepare the fresh from the farm products?
Actually, we prepared fresh from the farm. Like, we come up with a new restaurant. This is an organic restaurant, the Potts Point Cafe. So, lahat yun fresh. So, we can have lahat yun organic. So, majority, actually, hindi naman lahat pala. 80% above are organic, ingredients. may mga ingredients na hindi mahanap na hindi organic na kailangan. Pero we try our best na maging fully organic siya.
How about Chef Ivan?
We don't use instant like MSG, something like that.
Yes.
Or Ajinomoto or something. No.
Mga instant na
lahat.
You have to add it. Meron ng pangsinigang, meron ng
absolutely not. Everything is made fresh. Everything, all our recipes are standardized. So we use as much as possible all the raw materials. Hindi kami gumagamit ng instant. We don't like using instant because for one thing, those things are not healthy. They're expensive. And it's uncontrollable. It's really uncontrollable. And then eventually, if you use all these instant stuff, eventually all your food will start tasting the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So that's what we believe. And everything else we do in the restaurant, it's everything, though 90% of our items are sourced locally, even though it's a German restaurant. Our recipes and our systems are so good na all the broadsides all over Asia serve the same exact food. Mga 10% is only imported, like special spices and stuff like that. But other than that, everything is the way it should be. Hindi kami gumagamit ng instant or magic ingredients.
Oops! Mention ko yata ng brand. So, sa mga vloggers naman.
Yeah, magic ingredients.
Sa mga vloggers naman. Kasi may mga issue na lately may nag-post kasi na isang popular chef din. Na meron daw issue na may mga vloggers na pumupunta sa restaurant and then nagdi-demand sila ng free food, free GCs, in exchange for their services. Ano masasabi niyo sa issue na yun? Unahin natin si Aika.
Sa akin, siguro that's a bit unprofessional. I can say, siguro if you want freebies or stuff, siguro pwede ka na makipag-set ng proper meeting, proper, arrangement with the restaurant and the management. Pero you just, go there and demand for things just because you're gonna write for them, medyo nakakahiya. So, yun. It's a bit unprofessional for what we do.
How about si Alice?
I would agree to what Aika said. Parang unprofessional. Kasi almost lahat sa amin nag-start talaga from scratch na kami nagbabayad ng kinakain namin. Effort lahat. Effort sa pag-edit ng yung pag-crop, gano'n. Talagang, kung gusto mo na makakuha ng ganong privilege, you need to work your game up, kumbaga. As in, you have to be in the business for a long time. You have to be a blogger for a long time. You need to be really credible in what you do. Kasi sa akin, I've been food blogging for about 2 years pa lang. Pero I don't expect mga restaurants to invite me. Pero I get invites. Minsan nga lang malalayo. Kaya sabi ko, pwedeng some other day pag medyo kaya ng schedule.
Pero ganun, di ba, malalayo? Like, magpapagas ka, siyempre.
Ako po kasi commute eh. I commute.
Mamasahe ka, for example. Paano yun?
Depende po kung feeling ko na it's worth the commute.
Go pa rin.
Yeah. Kasi as yung pinakamalayo ko po na food reviews, Alabang. As in, dinayo ko siya, hindi nila ako in-invite just to try their food. Kung worth it, kasi I get recommendations not from not from social media, but from friends. Na, may napuntahan akong ganito, try mo. Eh di ako, sige, go push. Yung pinakamalayo, Alabang. Sa pagdating ko doon, oh my God, ayoko na. Pagkakain ko, okay naman pala eh. Worth it yung 100 kong pamasahe.
Di ba? Ganun ba, Rose, talaga?
Anong ganun?
Yung, minsan gagastos ka. In return, ano naman?
Actually, mas maganda nga yung, hindi ka invited. Surprise na darating ka doon. Kasi makikita mo talaga yung actual na paano pag-treat nila sa'yo, paano pag-serve ng food. Kasi minsan kapag...
pagka-bisita, syempre.
Oo, diba? Pag bisita, medyo may special. Hindi may iwasan na special yung treatment sa'yo. Then special din yung preparation ng food. Minsan nga, maririnig ko pag nalaman na vlogger, gandaan yung preparations, ha?
I love you.
So, sabihin, normal situations. Hindi ganun ang preparations nila. So, mas maganda kung didiretso ka talaga na unannounced. Diba? Pero syempre, pag may mga invites, hindi namin tatanggihan yan. Libre. Anyway, next is si Krisha. Talagang na si Krisha. Our same issue.
I agree with what you said, Sir Ross. And of course, people live with their own opinions. Pero mas maganda yung parang on the spot talaga. And for me, on my part, okay lang na hindi masyado na-invite. Yung parang you know how to experience. Kasi you're gonna share it to your friends eh. Lalo na sa age ko. You know, you're gonna share it, and I hear this stuff na from friends. You go to this place, super sarap. So, parang mas real pa siya. I don't mind spending, pero on my part, okay din na mag-budget ako kasi I'm also on a diet. So, parang you could also food blog and share about food na hindi ka rin tataba. Kasi when you see food, diba, parang, oh my God, kain, gaining weight. So, parang ganun.
Nako, Dan. Busog ka na ba?
Ito. May mga nagtatanong, mamaya babasahin natin
marami
ito.
ng question. Actually, oo nga, no? Nakaka-excite ang food blogging. Anyway, ang mga vloggers ba pwede nang, hey, I'm a vlogger. So, pwede ka na bang magyabang? Dapat ba kakatakutan ka nila?
No.
Or maingat ba dapat?
No.
Hindi naman.
Hindi ba kayo nakakatakot? Baka kung ano yung sulat nyo, gano'n. Sabi nga nila, di ba?
Yeah,
Ako, I've just been vlogging for barely 2 years and I don't shout out to the world that I'm a vlogger. First and foremost, mas maraming vloggers na mas matagal na sa'yo that don't do that. Okay. And you know, you're proud of what you do because siyempre, it's your hobby, it's your calling na masarap magsulat, masarap kumain, pero ano lang, feet on the ground palagi. Tsaka, there are always people who are, you know, better than you palagi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yan din. Mamaya, may challenge tayo para sa kanila. Iba naman ang iba-vlog nila. Something about technology. Yung nababagay. At kailangan nila actually to. Kailangan nila itong dalawang guest natin, yung group of guests natin, ay kailangan. Advertisers. And vloggers.
Sige.
Let's see.
Magko-commercial break lang kami. After the break, may papakilala pa tayong isang bisita. Ayan. At syempre, ang daming mga nag-text. Mamaya ho yan. 10:45, magbabalik po kami.
Radyo Inquirer. 990 AM.
Alam mo, medyo naasiwa lang ako sa mga taga-kongreso ko. Ako sa kanila mahihiya ako. Alam mo kung bakit? Pinuna yung DAP. Ang baling kaagad, yung judicial fund. Halata naman, gantihan agad.
Ang key kasi dito is that sinasabi ng Korte Suprema, bawal yung PDAP, bawal din yung DAP. Kaya ang tanong po rito talaga, ano ba ang gagawin natin? Itong kongreso natin, masisino po yung boto natin? Mukhang pera, karaniwan eh. Yung majority, sinasabi ko kasama din, may natitira na hindi nagpapasampal. Pero sinasabi nga, pag ginagahasa na ng malaking ito kapangyarihan ng kongreso, abay, sabi nga ni Joker Arroyo, walang umiimik di ba? Ang iniisip po natin, may perang malaki, may anomalya, halos lahat nabigyan. So kung kayo simpleng tao, paano ba ito? Ano ba mangyayari? Parang saan po kami pupunta?
Si Secretary Butch Abad, kung pakakawalan, kung darating man dun sa puntong yun, ang Pangulo na magdi-decide, papakawalan si Abad, makakabawi ba siya sa mata ng publiko?
May nakita ho kami roon na expenditure na National Survey on Farmers, Fisherfolk, and Indigenous People na ang implementing agency po ay DBM for 2011. Alam niyo po ba kung magkano inilaan dun sa DAP? 625 million pesos just for the survey. Tama po bang halaga yun?
Arlene de la Cruz and Jake Maderazo. Banner Story. Alas 6 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga. Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Dito lang sa Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. Banner Story. Radyo Inquirer. 990 AM. 990 AM.
With branches all over the Philippines, Hotel Sogo is the hotel chain of choice for travelers and balikbayans. Affordable, safe, and complete with amenities, unlike other provincial hotels. Now you have somewhere comfortable to stay anywhere in Metro Manila, or even when you visit your favorite province. Are you looking for the hottest gadgets, the latest fashion accessories, the most sumptuous buffets, or the best travel packages? Bigatindeals.com offers unbelievable deals, promotions, and discounts that will let you live more for less. Bargain hunting online has never been this fun, easy, and rewarding. Visit Bigatindeals.com today. Live big. Be a Bigatin.
Bigatin sa Radio Inquirer 990 AM.
10:48 dito pa rin po sa Vigatin sa Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. Konting announcement lang, yung pong La Carmela, baka gusto niyo yung pumunta ng Boracay, bukas pa. Ang dami nito, mura-mura. 525 pesos lang ho. Visit ko kayo sa vigatindeals.com para ho sa La Carmela de Boracay. Located po yan sa Station 2. Pwede rin kayo tumawag 945-2568. Ito, Ma'am Arnie, malapit na.
Eto na!
Oh,
Geeks on a Beach 2014. Punta po tayo doon. No? Geeks on a Beach is an international conference of startups, tech innovators, and icons from the communications, gaming, and design industries. Now on its second year, so sinusuportahan po na. Sponsor po tayo dan.
Geek.
Ayan, yan. Pakita. Geeks on a Beach event will be held at Movenpick Resort and Spa in Mactan, Cebu.
Yan. At syempre, DevCap 2014.
Wait lang, kailan yung Geeks on the Beach? August 21 to 22.
Malapit na.
Okay, please visit www.geeksonthebeach.com.
Ngayon na ito.
Yep.
DevCap 2014, ongoing ho yan until tomorrow sa Meralco Compound or Tigas. Tapos sa may Pasig. Yan.
Mamaya, nandyan po ako. Sponsor po ang Vigatin Radio.
Okay. Meron pa tayong pakikilalang guest.
Ayan, oo. Ito, this will be your challenge, vloggers. Kasi ito naman, more on technology and more on business. No? We have here our friend from Call Me. Magkakwento siya. Mas exciting tong kwento natin kasi
palitan natin, tignan natin. Call Me Baby.
Call Me Baby. Later yan. Okay. Melvin Fatalvero. Hi, Melvin.
So, Melvin, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to the listeners of DZIQ and the Vigatin Radio.
Yeah. Alam mo ba to din si Melvin? Isa siyang hacker, more on, sumasali siya din sa developers scene ng ating mga hackathons.
Yes.
Alam mo yung Angel Hack?
Yeah.
Angel Hack Manila.
Yeah.
2 years na natin siyang kino-cover. And then, last year, sila yung nag-runner-up. No, diba? Naging guest natin po yung nag-first at yung mga nanalo ng Angel Hack last year. And this year, naging guest din natin yung nanalo.
Yes.
Pero let's talk about Call Me.
Call Me. Ano ba yung Call Me?
Melvin, kwento ka. Paano ba itong Call Me na to?
Okay, good morning.
Call Me, Melvin.
Good morning, listeners. Last year, we joined Angel Hack and we made a Call Me application. So, Call Me...
What is this Angel Hack? For those...
Actually, ang parating question, hindi Angel Hack eh. What is a hackathon?
Yeah, what is a hackathon?
Kasi kapag hacker, they always think na yun yung naninira ng website.
Yes. Diba?
So, I've been asked that question so many times na I came up with a very, very simple answer. No?
Good, okay.
A marathon is tumatakbo tapos may fixed time.
Yep.
So yung hackathon is may fixed time pero nagpo-program kayo.
Yeah.
So yun yung idea. So basically in a hackathon, you have a limited amount of time and you're supposed to create a program, an application. Tapos they judge whether it's usable, if it's viable, if there's business around it. Ano. So actually, I think it's my second time here, to be here in Vigatin Radio. The first time that I got invited here was prior to my Angel Hack experience. I got invited by Sir Ellison for our success in Facebook Hackathon back in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. We joined that conference. Tas may hackathon pala sa dulo. And we didn't really plan to join the hackathon to compete.
Yeah.
Gusto lang namin makita kung paano gumagana si Facebook. No, so this was in Singapore. We were competing with Indians, Singaporeans, Malaysians. So we made an application. I think Hear Me ata yung application during that time. We won. So parang nagulat kami, wow, it was an eye-opener for me na Filipinos pala can compete on the global scene.
Galing, yeah.
Hear Me back then was an app that would allow you to record your voice using your smartphone and post it on social media. So this was before Bubbly, before these other new players came in. So, but unfortunately, hindi namin siya na-roll out. So that was my first experience. And then with Angel Hack, what we did was we made Call Me. Kasi Pinoy, we have very, very big families. There's a lot of OFWs. So there's a very, very big need for communication, and overseas calls is expensive.
Yeah. Correct.
Even for our OFW friends who are in Dubai, in the United States, calling in the Philippines is not that cheap. For the past 2 years, I've been doing a lot of digital marketing, and that's when I came with the epiphany na, wow, there's a lot of money to be made in advertising. And normally advertising, they use it for people to access content. Like when you go to YouTube, may ad, or in radio, like people listening to a radio service, they listen to ads, and for bloggers also ganun din. So what I thought was, why not use ads to actually bridge the need for people to communicate? So we made Call Me. Call Me is pretty much similar to your Skype and Vibers. You need internet connection, and then you can call someone who also has a Call Me app. But we wanted to differentiate ourselves from the Skype and the Viber, so we figured out a way on how, using a VoIP app, you can call a real phone, even landline. So yun yung ginawa namin. But of course, being able to do that has cost.
Yep.
So someone will have to pay for it. So yung naisip namin, why not just play an ad before the call, and then let the ad pay for the call. So right now, Call Me is an Android application. We're working on an iOS app. We're going to finish it by the end of the month. Call Me, basically, every month will give you a number of calls for a limited shot to 1 minute that will able you to make calls in the US and Singapore. Pero 1 minute. All you need is internet connection. So as long as you have internet connection, you're good to go. If the person who you're calling also has Call Me, yun, want to sawa yun. Kasi it's your internet to internet siya eh. But basically, Call Me, before we make the call, we play the ad. And then we connect you.
Okay.
So that's the idea. So right now, this is how Call Me looks like. On top, there's a counter of your remaining... It's not yet available. It's in closed beta. We're demoing this to a close group of people. Kasi maraming nag-try mag-launch ng similar product, nag-crash, they got a lot of bad reputation. We don't want to go in that direction. Siyempre, may konting Pinoy pride eh. When we roll something out, we have to be proud of it. It has to be tested. It has to undergo all that stuff. So, the good thing about Call Me is, one, it takes your call logs. So, if you called someone, andun yun, we access that call logs. And then, you can also use your contacts. So kung nando sa contacts mo, kailangan memorize yung number, or you can dial. And then you dial that, and then we'll play a 10 to 15 second ad, and then we connect you. Basically, that's it.
Maiksi lang.
Maiksi lang.
Kala ko naman parang TV.
No. It's not gonna be that long. Pero just the same, because it's only a 10 to 15 second ad. We can only accommodate so much. So right now, we're offering it 1 minute. We're working diligently with carriers like Smart and other telcos to make it longer. Kasi that's I think overall the best experience that we could get. So I'm very, very proud to say that this is, I think, a game changer. Communication is a very big equalizer in the
Saka Pinoy.
And it's Pinoy. Yes, so you always have to go back to that. Even in blogging, even in the restaurants, you always have to go back to your roots, to acknowledging. And we did this. We didn't win, and I told my friends na, you know what, it's a very novel and a good idea. And if we make it, then that would inspire others to actually pursue their own passion, their own apps. So we're very, very happy na marami namang mentors. We get invited with different players in the telco industries. I actually got invited in Geeks on the Beach.
Yeah.
So for those who are interested in startups, that's a very, very good network. I think ngayon, right now, it's very, very hinog for Pinoys. The technology scene is very, very ripe. Android and internet is becoming more accessible. By accessible, it's getting more cheap. More people has access to it. And I think we as Pinoys, coming from a third world country, coming from a scenario where internet is expensive, is not very good. Wherein calls are very expensive. We have a very, very strong attachment to this need. We understand it, I would say, better than people from first world countries. Because I've talked with venture capitalists, and what they said was, I actually don't make calls. So ganun na ka-fast-paced ang scene sa mga first world countries. But for us, na yung families always on the go, some people are abroad. This is how we keep in touch to each other. This is our lifestyle. This is our lifestyle. And we want to keep that lifestyle, and we want to keep that, bridge that gap, bridge that missing gap. Hopefully, with products like this, we can make advertising more relevant to users.
Galing.
Galing talaga.
Pinoy yan.
Ang galing mo talaga,
Mm.
Melvin. Kanina kausap ko siya, na-amaze ako sa mga kwento niya.
Galing. Oy, may mga text natin, babasahin na ho natin. Dahil napakarami ho nito. Oo. Ako, nabura yata yung iba.
Ang daming questions,
Unahin mo na.
Mahal ba sa German restaurant ang hotdog
Yeah.
sandwich?
Anong ni Emma ng Bulacan? Hindi, siguro, basically yung German.
From Emma, yeah.
Mahal
ba
daw ba?
ang German food, yeah.
No.
Ayan. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
No. German food is relatively not as expensive as other places as you might expect. Hotels are expensive. Fine dining restaurants are expensive. This is a casual restaurant. It's not as cheap as a fast food, definitely. And yung food namin is so big. You get value for money talaga. Like I said before, it was really mostly for sharing. The portions are huge. So you get real good value for money for real good food at the price that we offer. So kung mahal, hindi. You wouldn't think so. The moment you step in the door and sit at the table, you won't think na mahal yung restaurant.
Ayun.
Ayan. Masaya.
Huwag ka matakot, Emma. Kayang-kaya mo yan.
Thank you, Chef Ivan.
Ayun, sa mga vloggers natin.
Masaya and mahal ba ang maging food vlogger?
Masaya and mahal.
At ito na rin, sunod na natin yung tanong na to kasi madami pa. Anong pinakamahal na dish na natikman nyo?
Yan. Siguro blinag ninyo. Kasama na yun.
Ay, sa akin, hindi ko na vlog. It was way before I was vlogging. Nakatikim ako ng salad na may caviar. Akala ko kung ano lang. So sabi nung kuya ko, may caviar yan. Ha? Ano ba ganda? Ako ko,
sayang.
Okay. It was worth about $250. Naloka ako. Padala ng tita ko.
Hindi mo na vlog.
Pero konti lang siya na serving.
Pagka konti raw, mahal eh. Siguro, sino ba?
Anong questions? Yeah. Okay. Any other answers? Yes. Krisha.
Actually, hindi ko na talaga maalala kung yung pinaka-expensive. Siguro, dining sa hotel, siguro, yun yung pinaka-expensive I've been with my family. Siyempre, hindi ako nagbayad ng bill. It's my parents. Yeah.
Masaya and mahal ba ang maging food vlogger?
Sa simula, it's expensive kasi you wanna try everything. Pero pag feeling mo na try mo na, like ako, I've tried a lot of seafood places. Okay. Even when before na nagbo-vlog ako, parang ako, okay na to. Parang ganun. Kahit minsan nagsasama na lang ako ng friend para ma-half yung expense. Kasi minsan may mga places like sa German, malaki ang serving. Hindi ko naman pwedeng kainin mag-isa yan.
So, kaya may kasama ka. Ayan. Ace, if ever ba na you will be availing of the services of vloggers, gumagastos ka ba? Kasi mahal ba?
Actually, hindi naman. Gastos lang na namin yung food eh. So, we provide them food. So, yun, that's it. Yung food cost lang naman, that's it. Wala naman other cost na incur namin pag nagpapa-food vlog kami, events. So,
kaya magbibit-bit din ako ng mga vloggers pag may event ako. Sa University of Santo Tomas.
May natutunan ka.
Oo. Ayan. Si Sexy Chick. The Sky Chick pala.
Girl, bagong URL ka.
Sexy kasi. Skychick.com.
Sexy Chick.
Pwede din yung sexy. Siguro yung pinakamahal na nakain ko on a personal budget is a 5,000 peso steak. Hindi ko na sabihin kung saan. Pero it's just a small cut of steak. I don't know how it got 5,000.
Oo nga, basta konti mahal.
Yun. Tsaka kung magastos in a general general idea, magastos in a way na kailangan mag-spend ng time, money, pamasahe, gas. Kapag pupunta ka sa location, especially hindi naman nila sponsor yun, you have to have the passion for what you do. Talaga.
Totoo yan. Yun na yun. Passion.
Yun na yan. Oo. Uy, ito.
Bottom line. Ito sa Call Me.
Negosyo to.
Yeah. Paano maging partner para magkaroon ng ads?
Di ba?
At kailan ito available sa Google Play?
Okay. We're working on closed beta right now sa Google Play. You can go to callmetechnologies.com. We're gonna we have contact details there, and we're gonna launch parang invite kasi closed pa siya, hindi pa namin siya ma-open agad. We have to get advertisers in first before we could open it kasi mahirap kapag in-open namin tapos tuwan-tuwa na kayo tapos di namin na-sustain. Hindi namin na-sustain. That's so sad. We don't want to be like that kasi marami ng companies na nag-start they funded it by themselves, tas sarili nilang ads. It was a good and novel idea, pero they didn't really figure it out. So parang naging one-hit wonder lang sila, and we don't want to be that.
Usually, yan ang nangyayari sa mga startups.
Oh,
no?
yes.
Pero okay, Melvin, ang kailangan natin para masustain ang Call Me ay...
Advertisers.
At least may nagtanong na. Diba?
Advertisers. So if there's anyone who's willing to partake of our closed beta, you could go to our website. We have contact details there, and then we can take it from there.
Okay. So mga restaurants na binablog nyo, pwede nyo na rin silang gawa ng digital ads. Bigay nga natin kay Melvin para ma-load na yung Call Me na yan nang magamit na natin. Okay.
Ayun. Oo.
Ano ba?
Nasa si Ross. Oo.
Si Ross.
Baka may tanong ka pa, Ross. Oo. Dahil yung nga yung vlog. Hindi, okay lang. Babayaran ni Ellison yung oras. Hindi, ikaw. Nag-vlog ka rin ng foods before.
Nako, before.
Binablog mo yung mga vloggers.
Hindi, before kasi, parang flavor of the month. Meron akong time na ang gusto ko, kasi for restaurants, for a certain amount of time. O kaya minsan travel. Pag certain period, limbawa summer, puro travel gusto ko syempre.
Ayun nga, masaya syempre.
Masaya, oh.
Pero ang tanong din mahal ba?
Mahal. Pero kung syempre, meron, you work with the business owners, the restaurant owners, o kung travel hotel owners. You work on an arrangement with them to get discounts, or kung kaya nilang ibigay sa'yo ng free in exchange of promoting them online para to give them online presence. Bakit hindi? Sa win-win relationship naman So, in whatsappfilipinas.com, what we promote is a community blog site na nagtutulong-tulungan kami. For example, we have a client, maliit lang budget niya. So what we do is we share the promotion online with the community of bloggers, and then those who are willing to do it for siguro little budget lang or a small token in exchange, nagkakaroon ng online presence na mas affordable for the business owners. So hindi siya mahal at masaya siya dahil nagkakaroon din opportunity yung mga bloggers to get to know these business owners para for future contacts and networking. So win-win relationship talaga. It benefits everyone. In my case, I experienced na mayroong hotel na mag-sponsor sa akin na overnight stay, then I will try out all their restaurants. Lahat ng restaurants nila na mamahalin naman talaga kasi mga hotel sa Makati. Then I'll be invited to go to, for example, a resort somewhere in Mindanao, in the Visayas. Ganon. So, masaya kasi you get to experience it na hindi ma-experience ng ordinary person. So, napakasaya maging vlogger.
Yung pagtutweet ba, vlogging na rin yan?
That's what you call microblogging.
Ayun. Kasi nagtutweet ako nagbablog na pala ako nito.
Nagtutweet ngayon si Den about
yung pinag-uusapan natin.
Question, how would you get more followers? Kasi 'di ba, nag-vlog, sulat ka ng sulat, wala namang readers and followers. How? Paano, ano yung mga strats?
Ako ba ulit?
For me kasi have good content. Number 1, have good content. If you don't deliver good content, like puro bara-bara yung sulat mo, walang meaning, walang cohesiveness. And also pictures, di ba, Krisha? Pictures-wise, if you cannot present the food in a very appetizing manner, wala magbabasa. Saka be vigilant online. What I mean by vigilant is yung always present ka to share the knowledge first with people you know, kasi yung hindi mo kilala.
Okay.
With your friends, family, co-workers.
Okay, of course, what will you use? You use hashtags, no?
Yun, pag Instagram, hashtag.
Okay. And then, para mas mabilis siyang i-search, no? Or tags, no? Sige.
Okay.
Minsan kasi nagpa-pop up minsan sa Explore on Instagram. So, yun nga, image and presentation is an important thing. And of course, the power of the hashtag ngayon. Kasi hashtag this, where to search that. And of course, it's nice having friends. Kasi once nag-start ka sa ganitong friend, na yan eh, kalat-kalat na yan eh. Kunwari, your friends from the school. So, from the school, kalat na yan. So, parang it's also, yun nga, power of, yung speech din, yung word of mouth.
Okay.
Ayun.
Sis
Chick na ako ngayon. Siguro, increase your network. Like for us, you increase your network of bloggers. Kasi mga bloggers, pinopromote yung fellow bloggers. For example, What's Up Pilipinas. Yung What's Up Pilipinas, pinopost din nila yung mga posts namin. So, it's an advantage that, someone, a high ranking blog will post about your blog. So, you get the traffic as well.
Yun. Okay. Parting shots na tayo.
Oo na. Yan.
Dahil, yes, unahin natin yung mga yung mga
papa-vlogging on agad eh. On the spot vlogging ko sana sila for broadside and call me. Pero late next time na.
Din sa mga sa mga vloggers.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Abangan natin yung kanilang anyway, parting words.
Yeah.
Okay. Melvin.
Hi, good morning again to all the listeners. Right now, I think mayroong WebGeek event,
DevCup 2014.
I got invited there. Actually, for parting words ko lang, for startups, if you really have a good idea, continue working on it, and always get the feedback that you're getting from other people, from bloggers, from users. I think we as Filipinos, innovation is very, very intrinsic sa atin and we really open challenges. So I hope other developers, other aspiring startups take a lesson from what we did, and I hope that the others will also pray for us, kasi we really believe that what we're doing with Call Me Technologies is something that addresses a real need and will really improve people's lives.
Yes.
So good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning ulit sa mga nakikinig sa DZIQ. So I would like to invite everyone to try our new restaurant in Eastwood Mall as the Passport Cafe. If you like organic, we serve organic food. So that's it. So, and continue patronizing our restaurant like the Old Spaghetti House, Grilla, Swanson's, and the Shrimp Shack.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Chef Ivan.
Yes. We're inviting all the listeners. It's the weekend, so come to Broadside. I mean, we've been featured on TV and broadsheets and everything.
Yes.
And even the president has come by a couple of times to have there. So,
sino kasama? Hindi ka natanong.
Wag na baka i-vlog na nila yan.
Just come on over. We're open before lunch. Wait until late at night. Good food, good German food, and everybody will have a good time.
Yes, thank you. Iyon ang pagagawa mo sa mga vloggers ngayon bago sila magpaalam.
It's located at the new EDSA Shangri-La Plaza. So come by. It's newly renovated. Beautiful place.
Ganda ng lugar nila. Maraming salamat po, Chef Ivan. Hindi dun sa mga vlogs. Di ba sabi mo may on the spot?
Oo nga.
Ayan. Okay lang. Sige. Hindi, maiksi lang naman eh. Ayaw mo lang gawin, Ross. Panghuli ka. Sige. Sige, nahin natin.
Ano ipapa-vlog natin?
Ikaw, ano gusto mo? Mabilis.
Naku, gusto kong i-vlog ninyo, dapat ma-promote ang magandang edukasyon na teknolohiya sa Pilipinas. Medyo malalim ako kasi yun ang akin.
Sige.
Ayan.
Wala kinalaman mo sa food yun.
Para maiba.
Sige.
Adaptive.
Sino unahin?
Sige nga.
Wala gusto mag-volunteer.
Wait.
Dahil wala, si Ross muna. Ayan, sige.
Volunteer.
Ibahin na lang natin yung question.
Hindi.
Ganito na lang para medyo related sa sa food at technology.
Sige.
Kasi marami ngayon mga online apps na you can use to search for restaurants or mga food spots.
Yes.
So, sa tingin nyo, ano pa yung sa mga vloggers, ano yung mga vloggers ano sa tingin nyo, ano yung magandang idagdag pa or maimbento ng technology para magkaroon ng access to these restaurants na aside from the existing ones? Meron ba kayo masasuggest?
Ako meron. Kasi I would suggest yung waiting time for me. Waiting time sa restaurants, lalo na yung mga fine dining. Kasi may iba na matagal silang maghintay. Syempre, they would rather go around the mall. Sana may app na ganun. May list ng restaurants, ilan yung waiting time, or kung full house ba sila, or close sila.
Parang mahirap yun. Kasi minsan may peak hours, merong di ba? Si ano naman?
Ito na lang, may ako. Kasi tayo po ay nominated sa Media Tourism Star, no? Ng tourismstar.ph. I-vlog nyo nga po. Para naman, may question kasi doon So, na,
ayaw yung tanong pa.
Oo, okay, go. I-vlog nyo po si Ellison Vigatin Barcelo.
Yes.
Para manalo tayo.
Oo naman.
Alam mo, nakakatuwa to. Wala pa tayong 2 years, pero recognized na po tayo.
Galing. Yan.
Sige, vlog nyo. Start. Vigatin. I-vlog nyo ang Vigatin. Okay, on the spot. Krisa. The Vigatin, just like what he experienced today.
Today, first of all, sobrang stoked ako kasi first time. And you know, I like speaking, pero this is live, You know, what comes out of your mouth, you have to watch your words, That's the most important. Baka you're gonna slip. Pero for me, I'm gonna take this as, as part of, I'm still exploring my options pa. Kasi I just graduated. So, I'm just gonna take this as, wow, this is one of siguro natin mga Mount Everest na experience ko. Parang ganun. Pero I'm so grateful. And at least from now, naging wide na rin yung circle of friends ko. You know, you get to meet, I met Sir Ross from Guevaras. Then, it's also having bridges. Lalo na sa age ko. It's nice that you have people to know.
Yes.
So that is through Vigatin. Mahirap. Alam mo, yun, di ba, we did this before, the on-the-spot vlogging ng mga guests natin sa na vlogger. Nabigla sila. Pero it takes a lot of, yung guts of doing vlog. Tapos, hindi rin pala to mabilisan ng pagsusulat, no? Okay, Sky Chick.
Sexy chick.
Okay, listeners, Vigatin Radio's Ellison Barcelo is nominated as Media Tourism Star for 2014. So, tune in to Radio Inquirer 990 AM DZIQ every Saturdays 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and he's here experience a Vigatin performance from these radio stations.
Wow! Ang hirap.
Nosebleed.
Ang hirap tapatan.
Pero that's the common information na binigay niya naman.
Kasi on the spot.
Alice.
Yung pala pag on the spot info.
Listen to Vigatin Radio at DZIQ 990 AM for a discussion with bloggers and businesses.
Yeah, very good.
Short and simple.
Okay.
How about Ross?
Okay. Maraming salamat po. Next Sabado ulit. Overtime po kami. Pero enjoy. Masaya. Again, maraming salamat sa mga bisita po natin. Kina Chef Ivan, Sir Ace, sa mga vloggers. Makakasama pa natin sila sa mga darating na linggo.
Yep.
Okay. Ako po si Den.
Ako naman po si Arnie Barcelo. Dev Cup 2014 later.
Ellison for President. Yan. Ross.
Ako naman po si What's Up Pilipinas, ang pambansang vlogger ng Pilipinas. Ross Del Rosario.
Okay.
Ito po yung i-vlog mo na yan kasama Vigatin Radio. Salamat po. Magandang umaga.
Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. Ngayon, gabi-gabi nyo nang mapapakinggan ang programang Lunas Kalungsugan. Kasama pa rin ang batikang broadcaster at writer pang kalungsugan, si Kuya Rudy Liwanag. Kasama din si Dr. Joe at si Nico Light. Subaybayan at tumutok sa programang ikinasisigla ng bawat Pilipino, lalo na ang mga senior citizens. Lunas Kalungsugan. Linggo hanggang Biyernes, alas 9 hanggang alas 10 ng gabi at alas 9 hanggang alas 10:30 ng gabi tuwing Sabado dito sa Radyo Inquirer 990 AM.
Buhay mo ay ingatan mo.
Ang Lunas Kalusugan ay may free check-up tuwing Sabado at Linggo mula alas 8 ng umaga hanggang 1:00 ng hapon sa 4th floor Guadalupe Commercial Complex, EDSA Makati, tapat ng MRT station. Tumawag sa telephone number 514-4597 o mag-text sa 0927-838-3828.
Pagkat yan lang ang yaman mo.
Radyo Inquirer. Radyo Inquirer. 990 AM. 990 AM.
Philippine Standard Time, grab na pong 15 minuto makalipas ang alas 11 ng umaga. Good morning. Nagbabala si Vice President Jejo Marbinay ng political at constitutional crisis kung ipipilit ni Pangulo Aquino at mga kaalyado nito na amyendahan ang konstitusyon. Bukas na ang Pangulo sa charter change kung may kaugnayan anya ang term extension sa pagpapatuloy ng reforma ng administrasyon at kung ito ang gusto ng kanyang mga boss. Pero sinabi ni Binay na posible ang political at constitutional crisis pag ipinagpatuloy ito ng administrasyon lalo na kung susubukan ng kapangyarihan ng Korte Suprema. Ang mga nagpayo anya sa Pangulo, ang ikalawang termino ay magreresulta ng komprostasyon sa Supreme Court at sa Ehekutibo. At yan po ang latest. Sa iba pang balita, sundan kami sa Twitter at DZIQ990 o i-follow kami sa Facebook, Radio Inquirer 990 at yahoo.com o di kaya bisitahin na aming live video streaming sa aming website www.ustream.tv/channel/DZIQ. Ako po si Alvin Barcelona para sa Radio Inquirer 990 AM.
Radyo Inquirer. Radyo Inquirer. Ito ang Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. 990 AM.
Sinabi ninyo, tapos na yung pinahinto yung fair program.
Yung insentibo na yung binigay na sa amin, nasa kamay na namin, bakit ba kontrolin pa kami kung anong dapat gawin namin? Dapat tingnan din nila yung kapakanan ng mga magsasaka. Kasi sinasabi niya, ang magsasaka ay dapat nating bigyan ng pansin, respetuhin natin sila. Farmer ang priority. Pero ang lumalabas niyan, hindi farmer ang priority.
Kung umabot yung DAP hanggang dun sa Kongreso, ibig sabihin yan, nila, kung biglang sabihin, ibig sabihin, alam ba tawag doon sa nakinabang ka na, tapos makikisaksak ka pa rin sa Pangulo? Alam ba tawag doon, Judas eh. So, siguro naman, di naman siguro. Sa bagay, wala namang anghel dyan.
Magkakaalaman tayo dahil pinatasan na yata ang Commission on Audit na gumawa ng kakulang mga auditing kung saan napunta yung Disbursement Acceleration Program.
Partners. Monday to Friday, 5:30 till 7 in the evening. Together with Jay Dones and Chito De La Vega. On Radyo Inquirer 990 AM.
Mga kabataan, power up your Saturday!
Just do it!